What up, what up, what up on this Sunday afternoon with my boy Darren Burge and the producer himself, Fatty. What up, baby? What up, guys?
What's up?
What up? What up?
What you think, D? Give it to me right quick. Come on, bro. Let's go. Game's still on.
Where is Dallas's defense at, bro? I mean,
Hey, D, you remember I said it, and I know sometimes I say some crazy things, which I'll take ownership of that. But didn't I say Parsons disappears in some games?
yeah, but listen to me. Did you see what they doing with Parsons right now? They
That's what I'm
moving.
talking about.
No, listen though. This the defensive coordinator. It's not on Parsons, bro. That's just like Harold Perkins. Harold Perkins supposed to be getting after the quarterback. You don't want him dropping back in the coverage. That's what they got.
Whoa, look
That's
who
what
it
they got Micah
is.
Parsons doing. What
Yeah,
up,
it's
my
not Michael
dog? The
Parsons'
voice
fault.
of reason,
Oh,
baby.
you're not taking, y'all not put, you don't put no blame on. He's supposed to be the best defender on that team.
Richie, there's like 10 other positions, though, that aren't doing shit.
I mean, come on.
If Lawrence Taylor was out in the field, he wouldn't make anything better today out of it.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, one guy can't. I mean, we can't put it all on one guy. I mean,
No.
this game here, there's going to be some changes.
He ran his mouth all week long, dude. Take ownership of your shit.
I mean, hey, look, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, look, their whole team's getting their ass kicked. I mean, Dan Quinn's getting butt screwed on national television right now. Mike McCarthy's going to be an unemployment line tomorrow.
Is that what you were kind of say, Darren, about the play calling?
Bro, listen. I've never seen Micah Parsons line up at middle linebacker.
Yeah. Dude, he went in coverage.
Like, yeah,
Hey,
you
look,
don't do
Richie,
that.
right now, I would sell the Saints. I would sell first and second round pick to get Micah Parsons right now. No bullshit.
Oh no,
You
I'm
give me
not.
Micah Parsons,
No.
I would
Listen to
take
me.
him.
No. Listen, let's get something straight. I'm not. I said this. I'm agreeing with y'all. I'm not saying Michael Parsons ain't that dude. What I'm saying is, because of coaching or whatever you want to call it, he disappears in games.
Ryan
I
said,
don't know. I just
Dallas
think
bust.
teams. Richie, I think
That's
good
my
teams.
boy
Darren,
Ryan. What up, Ryan?
hey, Darren, would you say it? I mean, to me, good teams are better prepared and better coached. They know how to take Parsons out the equation because there's nobody else to do it. You know what I mean?
I mean, and listen, you don't have to when Dan Quinn is taking them out for themselves. I mean, he's
Right.
taking them
Right.
out to play. That's just like LSU having Harold Perkins coming out. Look, you know how
Yeah.
many times go back and watch some of the games from LSU. Just watch it fast. They'll put Harold Perkins on a slot back and on a slot receiver, and he'll just take them out to play, and they run in the opposite way. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just
No, I agree. I mean,
think.
yeah.
Go ahead, D. Go ahead. I mean, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Oh no. I mean, I agree with Darren. I'm just agreeing with Darren. I'm like, it is similar to that. I mean, it's
it's just
very.
dumb.
I honestly think they're gonna fire Mike McCarthy tomorrow.
No, Richie, I agree, man. I mean, we were chatting in a thread. I think some changes are going to be made. I mean, I don't know how State. I mean, Dak. I don't know if they move Dak after this, but man, I think there's going to be some angry people. And I think what makes it worse is the success of the Texans right now. I mean, dude. I mean, Jerry's a competitive son of a bitch, dude.
Go on,
Hey,
Chris
did you see the
Cross.
comments? Hey, so listen, they got a new app apparently that you can get StreamYard app. So now I get to see all the comments.
Oh, you got it right now?
Yeah, it's a StreamYard app. So only like us that get invited can use it. The host can't
Okay.
use it. So you need to get it. So I get to see all the comments all the time now.
You love that. Good. I'm glad, bro.
So I
Hey,
mean,
look,
you know, we like
dude, and Richie, I don't want to, and I don't want to like sit there and piss on Dak because I was a guy that said Dak was, better than people give him credit for. But dude, there's something going on in this big game thing. I mean, I think it goes beyond Dak, but I don't know. Like you said, I agree. Mike McCarthy's gone, but Dak, dude, I mean, they got to take a long
What up,
look at this
Joshua?
situation with Dak. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of quarterbacks available right now. And it's a rich quarterback draft. So I mean, I don't know if there's a team that is interested in Dak. Would you trade him at this point? You know what I mean?
Yeah, look,
Pittsburgh.
let me ask y'all. Let me ask you. Oh, well, I think Darren, that's a great point. Let me ask y'all this: if they do get rid of McCarthy, do you think Jerry Jones will reach out to Jim Harbaugh?
I think Bill Belichick, Tomlin, Harbaugh. I mean, let's be real. It's the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I hate to say it, we all don't like them, but somebody's going to take that job that's a big name. This ain't going to be
Belichick
some
would,
up and coming OC.
Belichick won't though. Belichick needs to go somewhere that's ready to win now. Kind of like I'm still saying the Chargers, man. Young quarterback, good running game, decent wide receivers, got a decent defense.
What about Mike Vrabel?
That's a possibility, Rich. That's a good call too. I mean, he makes some sense as well. I mean,
I like
let's be
the
real. You know,
Patriots.
he came up with the Texans. You know, he was
Well,
there
the
for
thing-
years. in Houston.
You make it, Dave. You do make a great point about Mike Tomlin because I don't do it. I think I'm accurate on this. Mike Tomlin did grow up as a Cowboys fan.
Hey man, look, I think their season ends tomorrow. I think Buffalo wins that game. I mean, if Buffalo loses, I'll be shocked, man. I'm picking Buffalo a million times over again tomorrow.
What's up, Bobby
But Tomlin, man, like
True?
you said, it might be perfect timing, man, where that job becomes
Yeah.
available. I mean, McCarthy's probably fired. Let's be real.
Yeah,
What
hey, I
up,
know.
Joe
Bobby,
Jones ain't gonna have
hey,
this.
Darren, you know Bobby's happy. He's a through and through.
I was about to say, what up, brother? Hey, congratulations. Looks like y'all about to move on to the second round.
Our regulars are coming in on this day. What's up, Lance? What's up, Bobby, Ryan, Josh, all y'all?
Richie, I want to say something too, man. Jordan Love, man, is elevating himself. I mean, we've seen C.J. Stroud do it yesterday. Jordan Love is a young quarterback that's going to a different place right now.
Hey, Darren, you remember y'all remember early on in the season I said this, and Dave, you agree with me. This league is changing with the young guys right now.
Yeah. You got to get one of these guys. I mean, look, I mean, Stroud was unbelievable yesterday. I mean, you know, Flacco finally came unraveled. But I mean,
Yeah.
And look, dude, and I'm gonna say this, man. Nobody count out the Kansas City Chiefs just yet, man. I don't care what anybody says. They don't have this. They don't have that. They're not as dominant on offense, dude. That team is going to be a tough out for anybody in the postseason.
I was down on them all year long only because
I told you.
Listen, I want to say something right quick about this right quick. You know me, I appreciate all our viewers. I appreciate the comments. And I had somebody yesterday call me out and said, "Since when you become a Mahomes fan?" I'm like, what?
Yeah. No,
Thank
I know
you,
Rich
Darren.
has been a big
Thank you,
Mahomes fan
Darren.
for a while.
Hey, so apparently they don't know you at all, then. Thanks
Right.
for not knowing me at all. So go shit the bed somewhere.
Yeah, there you go. Good call, Darren. And I mean, Rich, we were going off on Patrick Mahomes in 2020, 2019. I mean, we were on this guy. I mean, everybody should have been. Once you seen the kid play a few times,
Scott?
he was special. You know, I mean,
Man, you're right.
And look, I'm gonna say this. I mean, I see people in other, things, really tagging, they're really being harsh on Tua, and I think that's unfair, man. That was a really hard game to play quarterback. I mean, you looked at that football the entire game. I mean, Mahomes just showed how special he is to do what he did with the conditions the way they were.
They said Mahomes stayed 30 minutes after that game to talk to Tua because he was just getting so much, which was.
Oh, dude, I mean, and Tua, and anybody that blames that all on Tua is out their mind. I mean, I've seen other people say, "Oh, they need to move on." That's a joke. I mean, look, Tua's a good quarterback, man. I mean, that's hard conditions against a really good defense.
Darren, what would you think? I mean, we got to be realistic. They got to make a move on Tua now. I mean, you got to put up a shut up.
No. Don't look at that injury report and then come back and talk to me.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
I told y'all when we was making our picks, I told y'all the Chiefs, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy. But listen, injuries happen, bro. Injuries happen in the playoffs. You're screwed.
Yeah.
Injuries happen the first couple of weeks. You got a long time to fix that.
Read the comments, Coach. Give it to us. Come on.
Sean says Cowboys choke again in the playoffs. Sean, who do you like, bro? I mean, you just shit on everybody.
He loves the Saints. He loves the Saints. He loves the Saints.
It works, man. It works.
He does love the Saints.
And Josh says, Love looked great today. McCarthy might not make it an hour after this game, and let's go Buffalo. Josh,
they're going to take him over to the closest taco cabana and tell him his job's probably no longer, man.
I'm picking Buffalo.
I don't know if y'all know about Taco Cabana, man. I spent a few days in Texas, man.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No, Taco Cabana, Whataburger. Hey, they're going to take him one of those spots, and that's going to be it, man. Off with the head, dude.
What up,
McCarthy,
Louis? What up, Louis Luna?
done.
Louis Luna in the house, Darren.
Oh, what up, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, bro. But listen.
Hold on. 3rd down and 1. Run up the middle, 1st down.
Dude, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. So look, talking about yesterday's game too. What did you think the difference was in that game yesterday?
Kansas City?
Yeah.
I think Kansas City established Pacheco early. They were a more physical team. I think their defense is really as good as advertised. And I mean, dude, it's just Mahomes and Rashee Rice, man. We've been talking about this kid all year that he's shown flashes. That kid, came up with a serious game, man. But I just think the Dolphins, like Darren said too. I mean, you had all those guys out to go into Arrowhead and try to win against a 2-time champion Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. I think it was way too much. I think the Dolphins fans should be happy about their season, but it was too much to overcome.
Hey,
So
two
Dave,
words.
Dave,
Two words.
two
Two
words,
words
Darren.
from yesterday: injuries and experience. That was the difference in the Chiefs and Dolphins game.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. Now it's a whole nother animal who they're gonna face next. You know.
I mean, Rich, look how confident Mahomes was. I mean, there was times when the pocket broke down and he just casually strode out for like 20-yard gains to get big first downs. I mean, he was in command the entire time. I mean, he had a lot of drops, and I mean, look, it's hard to blame guys because of the way that the weather conditions were. I mean, Kelsey had what, 2 or 3 drops? I mean, and that's uncharacteristic of one of the best tight ends ever. You know what I mean?
Give us the comments, Darren. Give us the comments, brother.
Said Sean says Lewis said the Cowgirls showed up.
Basically they were themselves.
Sean says I'm with Richie. I always like Mahomes. Sean, stop it right now. Sean, stop it. Wait, Fatty, we're gonna have to block him for 30 days.
Oh no, come on, bro.
Nah. Hey, Sean's my guy. I'm just messing. Josh said KC was more physical and Miami was beat up on D coming in. That's true.
Yeah.
Ryan says KC was comfortable at home in that weather. Miami wasn't prepared and missing people. Yeah, man. I mean,
look where Tua played his whole career. You know, I mean, Alabama, the kid's from Hawaii. He plays in Miami. I mean, let's be real.
That guy Ryan, that's my brother from another mother. He's an arrogant hunter like you, man. Y'all got to get together. We all got to get together one night, dude.
I'm going in the morning.
You going? He just got back.
It's duck season, dog. It's freezing tomorrow. I'm going to kill everything.
Oh my God. Well, listen, I tell you what. I don't know what's gonna come out of this game with McCarthy, but I think they're gonna fire him tomorrow. I'm serious. Richie,
I would bet money on it, dude. I would bet.
Hey, hold on. Hey, listen, I understand they're up big, but why don't you kick the field goal and go up 4 touchdowns?
What game are you watching?
I'm watching the Green Bay game.
If they about to score again.
Oh my God. Did. I guess that's the
Romeo freaking Dobbs, man. Romeo Dobbs.
Hey, hold on. Dude. Hey, I like that. Hey, that's us again.
What?
Hey, that's us again. Oh, hey, on my prop bets, baby.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Hey, Darren, speaking of betting, man, the prop bets have been setting the standards really low. I mean, yesterday, dude, I bet on Doku. I bet on Pacheco with yards. I mean, dude, they're setting the bar pretty low for these teams. I mean, it's over there if anybody wants those players.
That touchdown just cost McCarthy his job.
Hey, dude. What it should cost. Hey, look, if you keep McCarthy, that's one thing. But you give up 47 points at home, Dan Quinn got to get fired. That's unnecessary for a defensive coordinator to give up that many points.
He's going to Seattle. He's going to Seattle anyway, bro.
No. Who's that, Quinn?
Yeah.
Y'all think he's still a head coach, though? Or what? Y'all still think he's got that?
He can't even coach defense. I want coach to be a head coach.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't see him. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'll say this right now. If you need a coach or you need a quarterback, you're in good shape because, I mean, they're going to be out in the fight.
I can't believe they're running up the score, though. This is terrible. That's terrible. They need to say something about this. I'm just saying that's not necessary. I wonder if Jordan Love did that on purpose.
It's very necessary. It's the Cowgirls.
Jeremy,
hey, there's no apologies here, man. There's no apologies in this one.
I wonder if Love did that on purpose, though. I mean, come on, bro.
So listen, we could be seeing 2 guys out after this game, like what Dave just said. Dak Prescott might be out there too.
I mean, look, dude, there's teams that need quarterbacks. I mean, if the right deal comes along, I mean, hey.
Trade Dak to Pittsburgh.
Well, the thing about it
makes a lot of sense.
Dak was smart when he did the contract with Jerry Jones because he knew how Jerry Jones operates. He's got a no trade clause, and he can't be franchise tagged.
Hey, look, Richie, if I was him, I'd want the hell out of Dodge, man. The fans are going to be hard on him. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a new head coach. I'd want out if I was Dak.
Go ahead, Darren. Read the comments.
Look on the screen. Fatty just put it up. It was a team decision to score 48.
Oh, my God.
Pancho said they're trying to get McCarthy fired. Pancho Gonzalez, who cares if Kenny Pickett's in Pittsburgh? What he did?
Kenny Pickett's not going to be the starter. Yeah, they don't have a starting quarterback on that team right now. They'll have a new quarterback.
Absolutely not.
No,
Nope.
It'll be Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott or Kirk Cousins. One of those guys.
Yeah, man.
I mean, hey guys. I mean, which one would it be? I mean, it's going to be one of three guys. It's going to be Russ, Kirk Cousins, or old Dallas.
Everybody,
guys.
look, even Jared just said Belichick to the Cowboys. A lot of people are saying that, dude.
Hey, I mean, look, and I see what Darren's saying, but Darren, hey, I got to say this. I think the Dallas Cowboys, you throw Bill Belichick in there, you make some upgrades, they can be dangerous, man. Let's be real.
The problem with it is he needs a quarterback. Who's that quarterback right now? Who?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, but look, this is the year to go get a quarterback. You know what I mean? This is that year. If you need a quarterback and you got a pretty good squad, it's a nice
starting over.
situation.
Bill Belichick's 72 years old. He don't have time to start over.
And look, Darren, I agree, but I can see that Jerry Jones way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? I could see him making one of them Jerry moves and going to get Kirk Cousins and going to get an old quarterback and an old head coach. Just to
Darren, our boy Jimmy just joined us.
Yeah, hey, Jared said, how about them Pels, though? How about them Pels, baby?
Chuck, what up, Chuck?
Hey, tomorrow, 1:30 game, man. They'll be doing it again, hopefully.
I was disappointed in the Nuggets game, though, man.
Yeah, dude. And look, Rich, I'll tell you, man, you're going to run into games like that because the Nuggets, look, they're the real deal, dude. I mean, I was glad we get these learning experiences from games like that, man. I mean, I call that a learning, situation.
You know what? And people don't realize this. People don't realize this too about Willie Green. He's still a young coach and still learning. He really is. He's learning his team, so give him time.
And look, Richie, look at those records in the Western Conference. A lot of teams are jumbled up. It's really hot out there in the West right now. I mean, we're seeing teams starting to fall off like the Warriors. Obviously, John Morant's out for the season. Grizzlies season's over. But there's a lot of teams, man, that could really compete for that Western Conference.
Lance just said, let's parlay Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers and Mike McCarthy getting fired. Wow, good one. That's a good one, Lance. That's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's going to be something happening tomorrow. Tomorrow's not just going to be a couple football games. There's going to be another move or something.
Chuck agrees with Darren. He says Belichick can't work for Jerry Jones.
Absolutely.
Now, I agree on that. That does make a lot of sense. I can see Belichick telling him to fuck off like 5 minutes after walking into the building.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I just signed a contract. Hey, how about fuck you?
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna start jamming his Bon Jovi and tell him to go fuck himself, dude.
Ryan said Jerry Jones is cleaning house.
What?
Oh, dude, I don't doubt it.
He told everybody in the press box.
Yeah, he just fired the dude serving hot dogs in Section 318.
He said, you know what I'm saying? These hot dogs are bad.
No, Jared, no. Jared said, yeah, I know, Pancho. Ryan said the same thing. Hey, Jared said Dan Quinn can get the head coach. Not today. He's not. The Cowboys' job. Not today.
Look, they're going bold, Richie. After today, they're going bold. They just got embarrassed on national TV, man.
Bro, they firing the fucking water girl after today. Do you understand me?
Everybody's going, man. Everybody's going, man.
Hey, they firing Jimmy Johnson. He ain't even under contract.
Everybody's getting fired. He might even call Michael Irvin and tell him he's fired.
Exactly. Yep. Dion just got a nasty email 5 minutes ago. I mean, it's getting bad, dude.
What a great day. What a great week in sports. The Cowboys get destroyed and Nick Saban retires.
Hey, I mean, there you go. I mean, it's a lot of stories, man.
While we're talking about that, even though I'm a Tigers fan, I want to say thank you to the GOAT for everything he did for LSU, because without him, LSU wouldn't be LSU football today. Just letting y'all know.
I agree, man.
I think he's walking away because he can no longer control the prospects coming to his program.
Man, hey, listen, so they asked him about it, man.
I've seen it.
He said after a game, it just takes him too long to recover. You know, I mean, he's 72 years old.
I mean, he's 70-something, yeah. I mean,
but he also said he did sit in a living room of a kid. Listen,
remember who told y'all he was retiring? Miss Terry said he was bringing his ass to the beach house. You remember me telling y'all that?
Yep.
I told y'all, Miss Terry said he had to retire, bro. I know somebody who knows the family personally.
The thing about it is, he also said, Darren, he said he knew it was almost time to get out when he went to the kids' living room. The kids Parents said, how much you gonna pay us?
That brings us to earning is key.
But Richie, you know that's been going on since like the '80s, man.
But I'm talking about realistically now. These players are getting paid.
Oh, now it's going to be legal. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a little different process now, but no, man. But he's like, I mean, the man accomplished a lot. Love him or hate him. I mean, he had a great run, man. He's a Hall of Famer. And look, hey, I want to thank Nick Saban for one other thing as well. Since his coaching career is over, I want to thank him for passing on Drew Brees and not even giving him a look that year, because we all forget about that. We all tend to forget about that. He dropped out of that race pretty quickly in the Drew Brees free agency pursuit back in 2006.
Very true, man. What's up, Steven? What up, Kenneth? What up, all y'all, man? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for joining us. Yeah, Chuck, read that last comment. Read that last comment, Darren. Chuck.
Cowboys go down in flames.
What?
Yeah, it was definitely an ass raping of sorts. I mean, it wasn't pretty. Looked like a prison scene out of Blood In, Blood Out, man.
He broke in my nose.
Chuck made a great point. What if LSU never gives Saban his big chance? You never know.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Hey, look, the dude, he's a big figure, man.
Listen,
he's still making plays out there, man.
Sean says, but does Bama really fall off that much without Saban? The answer to that is abso-fucking-lutely.
I think the dominance of the SEC is falling apart.
Here this dude
I
goes
agree.
again. Hey,
Dave, you don't agree? Dave, don't you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I think it happened this year. I mean, we saw it this season. I mean, and look, not that SEC is going to fall off a cliff, but I think that dominance the way it was.
We're not saying LSU is not going to be good, but we're not talking about. Listen, we're not talking about the top programs like LSU, Alabama, Georgia. We're talking about the other outskirts of. You know what I mean? That's what we're talking about.
Well, you got to remember, you're just bringing in Texas and Oklahoma too.
Dude,
Yeah,
I think Texas is going to be good. I really do.
I mean, look, it's basically getting down to where there's two conferences. Let's be real. It's going to be two, maybe three conferences that are worth the shit,
Hey, touchdown Cowboys.
Hey, coming back.
Hey,
somebody must have a player prop or something, I mean, shit. Prop bets are going off, man.
So listen to me. Somebody asked who wins tonight, Detroit or the Rams? Detroit.
I think, look, it's going to be a hell of a game. Great storyline. I mean, look, dude, this is the first game. I mean, that's wild, dude. First game played in Detroit in the playoffs in 30 years, man. I mean, keep that,
you can't,
put that in perspective.
Listen, you cannot let the Rams, me and Pancho both, I hate to say it, me and Pancho both picked the Rams. Detroit can't allow that to happen.
No, you can't, man. I mean, and look, the Rams are no slouch. I mean, McVay's a hell of a coach. Stafford's a hell of a quarterback. They got two good receivers, a good running back who's third in the league in rushing this year out of nowhere.
So Darren, you agree with Ryan? He says SEC and Big Ten dominate the next couple of years.
I mean, LSU's about to repeat in baseball and basketball. So what you thinking?
Oh, by the way, I just wanted you to know that Ryan can tell you, my boy, I got him a gift. But Dick's Sporting Goods has got the LSU sweatshirt championship shirts on sale. Go get you one.
I don't fuck with Dick's, bro. Bunch of communist pricks.
I knew you would say that.
I would joke around with Pancho right now, but he's not on here, man. If Pancho was on here, I'd get him.
You don't want to sell guns and ammo. Hey, look, right there for you, sir.
Message.
Hey, man,
Fatty always coming with that.
That's right. My dog, Fatty.
Wait a minute. Sean, what are you talking about?
hey, y'all, we got a hell of a Monday coming up here. Let's look at that for a second. We got two playoff games.
I forgot Tulane's going to beat them, right?
Oh, yeah, we go. Hey. But look, y'all, tomorrow, 2 playoff games in the Pels tomorrow. So, I mean, it's a pretty loaded Monday, man. I mean, it's not your average Monday by any stretch.
Yeah, I agree.
So, a lot of shit to look forward to. We got this game tonight, man. Pretty awesome sports weekend, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, look, that game tomorrow, and you got 2 games tomorrow, too.
Yeah. I mean, look, dude, that Buffalo, I don't know if y'all saw that blizzard, but it looked rough,
they said the Buffalo, they said if the weather gets any better, they're not postponing the game will be played in Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. How can they even do that, man? That's crazy, man.
What do you mean? How can you do it? In the rule book,
but Buffalo earned the right to have the home game.
But if they can't host the game, though, D. What I mean,
no, but Richie, go to an indoor stadium somewhere else. I mean, it's got to be Indianapolis. What are they doing in Indianapolis? A home and garden show?
maybe Pancho could look at that, but your boy
Yeah, there's
Adam
no way
Schefter.
you can let the other team get home field.
Listen, if you listen to what I'm about to tell you, in the law, in the books, it says in the rule books of the NFL, Adam Schefter was reporting if a game because of NFL it has to be canceled because of weather conditions, it has to be played at the other opponent's stadium.
That's insane, dude. That's look. I'll say this: if that's the case, they better give 75% of those tickets allocated to Bills fans. 'Cause, I mean, that one team earned the right to have home field. I don't care what the weather is.
Yeah, they
You know
give it
what I'm saying?
$20 to people shoveling. The severity of the snow out there is insane.
Look, man. Look. The problem is you can't keep pushing this game off, so it's got to go tomorrow. I mean, I'm sorry, something's just got. They're gonna have to have like Zambonis out there or something.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know how would you handle that, Darren, if your team about the moving the game and stuff. How would you handle that as your? With your team?
Listen, as a team player and as a coach, we can handle it. But the problem with it is, think about the people that spent hundreds and thousands of dollars all season long as fans. Came there in hot weather, cold weather, spent all their money. Some people spent their rent money to go to games. I've seen it at the Saints games. For them not to be able to get a home game.
Darren, I want to ask you something.
That's bad, bro.
You in very cold weather hunting. I know you are.
Yeah.
How did them guys that was at the Kansas City game yesterday with no shirts on? How did they survive that?
They may not have.
Oh no. So actually, they got some stuff. See, back in Pittsburgh, if you notice, Pittsburgh just started letting them wear sleeves.
Yeah,
that was like a thing, but they put this kind of like it's like
no. I'm talking about the guys that were at the fans in the stands had no shirts on.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what that's called, Richie. It's called drugs. It's pretty simple. It's called drugs.
Ryan said they on dope. Ryan said they on dope.
It's called urgent care today. It's called, some doctors are getting a little extra business on a Sunday.
Come on, fatty. You got to change your picture back. I don't know about this one, dude.
Yeah, he go. Now don't talk about that, dude. You better not. You better not.
Hey, bro. I was happy for him. My dude was happy.
Listen,
he
listen.
took pictures with this dude. Hey, he was the happiest dude I've seen in a long time, bro.
He
I was
cried,
happy for
dude.
Fatty,
He cried.
Bro.
They had to cry. He's like,
I ain't mad at him, bro. That's awesome. I'm glad he got to experience that.
But look, I tell you right now, bro. If I ever met Patrick Mahomes in person, I'd probably cry like a little girl too. I'm just saying.
You better hope I'm not around. I'm gonna be like, don't shake his hand. He said y'all wasn't making the fucking playoffs.
Oh, God,
hey, Darren. Hey, look, we gotta pull up them receipts on Richie with that, man. I remember that, man.
Hey, remember what I told him? He was on that cough syrup that night.
And I didn't think they was gonna win. I didn't think they was gonna win yesterday.
Hey, no bullshit. Right now, there is no way anybody. I know Knowles is going to have an opinion because he's thinking the Texans are on cloud nine. Which, hey, congrats to those guys. But listen, nobody wants to play the Chiefs. I'm sorry, man. Not with that track record. That defense is for real, dude. I'm not betting against Mahomes ever in a postseason game. I'm just saying,
baby.
he's like the new Brady when it comes to that.
God. Oh God, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far, Ryan. Ryan said I would tongue kiss him. I wouldn't go that far.
Jesus.
But no, you think, but what people are basing it on, Dave, is the Chiefs they're still on the Chiefs right now. I mean, they're not.
But look, every team in that AFC. I mean, like I know, like we were talking earlier, like Chris was saying, hey man, this team maybe doesn't have that. That team doesn't have this. I mean, to me, the 49ers are the most complete team, and then after that, it's kind of like, who else is the most complete team? I mean, Baltimore's got some questions.
Steven said the Chiefs got lucky. Steven, you're my boy, but you are a Chiefs hater. You a Patrick Mahomes hater, bro. Come on.
Look, man, there's no way you bet against the Chiefs in this next round. The only team I think that could beat the Chiefs right now, I'm telling you, I'm sticking by Buffalo, man. I think Buffalo is a sleeping giant right now.
Don't forget the Ravens.
Hey, the Ravens, look, Lamar, look, a lot of pressure.
I'm sorry. I was still partying from last night. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He came in on that Texans comment, man.
Congrats.
Thank you. Where's Poncho?
I don't know, dude. He's
I don't know, man.
I don't even know.
Oh.
Hey, look, he's still giving me shit on the Camara thing. I think he needs some shit on those 5 wins.
You wanted to get in that ass, huh, bro?
He said 5 wins.
5 wins.
Hey, can we I'd love to pull up those predictions. I wish we could get a video of when we did
can go
that.
back. We'll go back and Fatty can go back. We can go back and listen to it actually.
And not just to fuck with Poncho, although we definitely gonna fuck with Poncho, but I want to see just how we all picked. I can't even remember half the damn picks. I know I gave him like 7 or 8, I think. You know what I mean?
I said about the same. I said about 7
Yeah.
or 8.
So
Anyways, I'm sorry.
so H-Town, how surprised are you the way they won?
What's that?
How surprised are you the way they won?
Hey, bro, you made it home?
How big they won? How big?
I'm
Who the hell?
a little.
Who
I'm a little.
the hell is that?
No, I don't know who that is.
Darren, who's on you? Who's in your house, bro? Go ahead, H. Go ahead.
No,
That ain't me.
I'm a little surprised the way they dominated like that. But I saw that a few weeks ago against Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I was telling Dave last night, me personally, I think in the AFC, they're the most complete team. Offense, defense, special teams, quarterback, running back, wide receiver. I mean, Lamar's great. No wide receivers, mediocre running backs. I mean, that was the number one defense. Was Cleveland. You got.
No, but I mean, I think the Ravens' defense is right there, Chris. I think that defense is just. I think they're just as good, if not better.
Hey,
I mean, I look at strength of schedule too. Who the Ravens
you know who I give a lot of credit to too? Devin Singletary.
Yeah,
He's playing really, really well in this offense.
He was
I'm trying to trade Chris that guy right now in Dynasty.
Let me tell you right now.
He don't want him.
His yards after contact has been very good the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, he played extremely well. I thought John Meacham played well. I thought Brevin Jordan played well.
So who you got moving forward? You think what you think? What we got?
I was a little skeptical of the Texans on how they were going to perform. I think the Texans are really. I think the Texans are going to be in the AFC Championship. I believe that.
Woo.
You think
Who do you want to play if you had to pick anybody? Who would you want?
That's the thing, Dave. I'm not really afraid. I think.
Where's that coming from?
Where is that coming from?
Darren, we hear your people talking.
I'm at a party. I'm at a party. They've been talking the whole time.
I would say this, Chris. I'm going to make a statement about this guy, and I've talked about this guy a lot. But Slowick with Houston, man, I think he had that Cleveland defense off balance from the start of that game yesterday. I mean, they could not get any kind of consistent pass rush, even with Laramie Tunsil a little banged up. I mean, Myles Garrett couldn't get to the quarterback. I mean, Stroud is great, no doubt, but Slowick, man, had the strategy from day one. I mean, he put those guys in a great position, man. Play calling definitely matters, and that dude's one of the best.
So, because Chris, you got Houston in the AFC Championship?
I do. I think they could beat probably right now anybody. If you look on paper, the Chiefs got Mahomes. I don't really care about their wide receivers. They're not really that.
Yeah, but if Houston's
Chris, you don't want to play the Chiefs, man. You don't want to play the Chiefs.
I think we are better than the Chiefs. I'm saying that.
No, come on.
Chris, here's the problem. You just played Joe Flacco. You're about to play Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's a different story.
But the Chiefs has to play C.J. Stroud.
But, Chris, you're not going to be playing at home either.
But Kansas City's defense is better than your defense, though.
No.
Well, yeah, you don't have to.
By a mile. By a mile.
Yeah.
No.
Look, Chris, I like some young players y'all got, but that Kansas City defense is for real. It's all year long, man. They've been lights out.
You're comparing what you saw against Tua.
No, Chris, I'm saying for the last 2 years that defense.
The last 2 years they've been ranked in the top 5.
Yeah, they're a good defense, dude. They're really good.
Darren, Coach, come back on right quick. Come back on.
I'm right here. What's up?
How legit is the Kansas City defense?
Kansas City defense is good, and I'm gonna tell you, just like Dallas, Houston's good at home.
Yes,
that's at home.
Yeah,
it depends on who they play. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know who in the brackets. I
will agree with that. I think if Kansas City plays Houston in Houston, I would give Houston the edge, Dave. I mean, I honestly believe that.
But look, Kansas City and Arrowhead, they're going to be tough to beat, man, against anybody.
But they're not playing them in Houston. Houston got their one home game.
Man, I think the Texans are just on a different roll. They've caught fire. This is just a team. And listen, I wouldn't have said this if I didn't see what I saw yesterday. But I'm not convinced. You beat Miami.
No, but Chris, here, let me hold on.
It wasn't that impressive. But Chris,
here's the thing. Joe Flacco, man.
So you taking Houston against the Ravens?
I would take them against the Ravens too. They got no wide receivers. Got no wide
Chris,
receivers.
Zay Flowers, man. Zay Flowers.
Come on.
Hey,
dude.
look, but Lamar hasn't had receivers all year. Once Mark Andrews went down, he'll make it work with whoever.
They got Andrews back.
Lamar.
They got Mark Andrews back.
We'll see. And that defense, look, I'm going to say this. Cleveland's
Why they
defense
want
might be
Andrews
ranked
back?
number one.
What?
Well, look, Cleveland's defense might be number one, but the Ravens have a better defense. Trust me. Position by position, they're more gifted. They have more. Patrick Queen, Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey. They don't have – I mean, outside of Denzel Ward and Myles Garrett, you got a lot of pretty above-average players.
Dude,
Baltimore is a better defense.
Cowboys are coming back.
Look, but here's my thing, Chris. I think y'all had – look, I'm not saying y'all going to lose, but I'm not saying y'all going to lose wherever y'all play, but the problem is you got to think about this. Before that interception came, I mean, that was Flacco making a Jameis-like decision right there. That was a pretty seesaw battle. It wasn't – I mean, look, y'all broke away. I think Flacco got rattled, and that was it. But, I mean, a better quarterback's not going to make those type of throws. You know what I mean? So I'm saying y'all going to be in a dogfight with one of these teams. I mean, let's be real. It ain't going to be an easy cakewalk. You know what I mean? It's going to be a battle.
No. I'm not saying it's going to be 45-14 every game. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But you're saying,
I'm just saying the Dolphins are a lot better team than the Browns.
What quarterback can't stand? I mean, C.J. Stroud can stand toe-to-toe with any of them guys. He's
No.
Stroud's a great quarterback.
Ain't played better.
CJ Stroud can't. CJ, look, now you're talking crazy.
Look, CJ's a great quarterback, but when you face Mahomes on the road or Lamar Jackson on the road,
no way, no how.
You know why you say that though, Richie? Because all you've ever seen, you've been gifted with Patrick Mahomes, right? If he loses against Houston, right?
You give CJ Stroud Patrick Mahomes receiving core and see what he can do.
Give CJ Stroud what?
Patrick Mahomes receiving core.
But look, y'all, I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to go against what Chris is saying. Kansas City is the more talented team, and to me, it's not even close. And absolutely. Houston doesn't have a Travis Kelce. They don't have an Isaiah Pacheco. They don't have the defense. They don't have Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Stroud's a great quarterback, but I think Kansas City is definitely a more well-rounded team talent-wise. I mean, look, because Kelce is superior to anybody at tight end. Rasheed Rice and Nico Collins, look, they're closer than what you think. I give Pacheco the edge in the running game. I give the defense as a whole to Kansas City.
Shit for all season except for last night.
Who?
Rasheed hasn't done anything all season except for last night.
No, Rasheed Rice is pretty good. They haven't targeted that kid enough. Rasheed Rice had some good games this year. Rasheed Rice is a good receiver.
Rasheed Rice leads the last 5 weeks, leads the league in receptions.
Chris, they were fucking around with Kadarius Toney and playing all these games with Scantling. They know who their number one ace receiver is right now. And look, Kelsey's a guy in the playoffs. You know, I mean, you can't discount Kelce. I mean, he's still Kelce.
He has 938 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns.
Who's that?
Rasheed Rice.
How many receptions?
Hold on.
Chris, who was their leading receiver last year besides Kelce? I mean,
who was Nico Collins last year? He has
what I'm saying, but no, Chris, I think you get a little overboard. Look, I think Houston's a really good team, but they don't beat Kansas City and Arrowhead. I bet money on that.
97 yards.
Hey, can I say something as the neutral party here?
Yep, go ahead.
I've been listening to everybody's argument, and I think Chris has a valid point, and Houston could be the hottest team in the playoffs. Now, here's the problem. It don't matter if they're going to have to go anywhere north in an open stadium with the weather the way it is right now across the country, they're not going to have a shot no matter who they play.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the problem is these teams. Look, the Browns were the weak. The Browns, and look, Chris, I'm not taking that away, dude. You guys had a great season. I'm not saying y'all going to lose.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying y'all going to lose to whoever, but look, man, the Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, those teams that they're on, Josh Allen and the Bills, it's a different animal, man.
But Darren, come in here.
The Steelers and the Browns are the two teams that didn't belong to me. Those are the teams that kind of limped in. You know what I mean?
Let's get Darren. Darren, you gotta get in here, bro. Darren, you gotta get in here. What do you think Chris has a valid point on his Houston? Do you think Chris has a valid point in his Texans saying they can beat anybody left in the playoffs?
I remember when my team got that first playoff win too. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. He's acting real homish right now. And now, while I think that I was wrong about that, they played their ass off versus Cleveland. But I do not think that they can beat the Ravens, the Bills, or the Chiefs, bro. I don't think so.
Hold up. I'm gonna correct you real quick.
Okay.
Remember when I had my first playoff game? Son, I gotta tell you something.
That's what you acting like.
No, bro.
That's what you acting like. Listen to me. Y'all beat Cleveland. Y'all beat Cleveland with Joe
Wait, hold on, time
Flacco.
out, y'all. Time out. Hold on. Wait, I can't hear. Y'all both talk. Hold
We
on.
listening. Go ahead, talk.
All right.
No,
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead. I was
Dog.
saying one
Go
at a
ahead,
time. I
Dog.
couldn't hear both of y'all were talking. That's all I was saying. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I
Go
gotta
ahead.
correct
One of
you.
y'all.
You talking about, and I don't ever brag about this. This ain't something I like to brag. Being an AFC South champion for the 7th time, that's not anything sexy. I don't care about hanging those little banners up. That doesn't mean crap. Don't say that that's like their first ever win. Come on.
No, I mean, but Chris,
Well,
I get what Darren said. I mean, like it is. Look, I mean,
This
to me,
is
you got to take it week by week. You can't get too far ahead. I mean, it's a great win.
I know. And Dave,
I mean, these other guys, these other teams are really good teams that are out there. I mean, Pittsburgh and Cleveland, nobody knew they were.
But nobody
knew they were going.
listen, Knowles,
Thought they were going anywhere.
Knowles, what we say, you know, I've been a Houston big supporter, but nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to pick Houston against Kansas City. Listen, in Kansas City or against the Ravens, nobody's going to do that.
And that's their fault. That's because they're baby. They're used to that. They're used to seeing Lamar. They're used to seeing Patrick Mahomes.
Chris, if y'all win another one, I'll get behind you. I'm not saying a playoff win's a playoff win, but y'all got to beat one of these. I mean, Cleveland and Pittsburgh were the two teams everybody knew weren't going anywhere. You know what I mean? It's just those are the two weakest teams in the playoffs, in my opinion.
I mean, Steven Lucian said he'll take Houston, so he's got to. I mean, people are agreeing with Knowles.
No, I don't want to gang up on Chris. I mean, I get what he's saying. Look, Houston is dangerous. I'm not saying Houston's not a pushover. Look, I've argued with Chris in the past about those Matt Schaub teams back in the day with J.J. Watt. I always thought those teams were kind of pretenders. This team is a legit team going forward.
Listen, I'm not worried about C.J. Stroud. I think that kid's matured a bunch.
He's got
beyond his years.
It's not going to be his fault. No.
What I'm worried about is the people around him. No, that's all.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
I mean, you say that, and it's like all of them are. You're talking about a 1,200-yard receiver that had like 900 yards combined for his first 3 years. I mean, Nico. And listen, I wasn't a Nico guy. I wasn't a believer. I thought he was slow. And look, yeah, 1,200 yards.
But Chris, a receiver don't win you a championship single-handedly. I mean,
the thing about it is, Knowles, if you run into the Ravens, I promise you, Devin Singletary won't have 50 yards rushing.
No, and Marlon Humphrey's going to be on Nico Collins, and then you got Marcus Williams, and the safeties are pretty good back there. So I mean, it becomes a lot tougher. But
only because of them two middle linebackers what the Ravens have in Queen.
And that shuts down a lot of, and that's tough for any. It ain't just y'all; it's everybody. The Ravens can make things. Look, the Ravens are better defense than Cleveland. I'll bet them any day of the week.
I think y'all are favoring Lamar Jackson. I think y'all favor Lamar Jackson.
But Chris, they got a better defense.
I'm not a Lamar Jackson fan, Knowles. I'm not.
No, but Lamar can present a problem that Flacco could.
I can go on record right now. I'll take C.J. Stroud over Lamar Jackson right now.
No, but look, Richie, here's my thing.
Everything.
Richie, here's my thing. This is why the Ravens are tough. Look, Gus Edwards might be running to go back.
Darren? How can you say no?
He's got 1 year in the league, dog.
I don't care. Based on what I'm seeing
y'all ready to crown this kid? 1 year, bro. You realize Lamar's going for a second MVP right now?
We were ready to crown this man after his first year.
Listen,
here's my thing, Richie. Chris, this is my biggest problem with you guys ain't receiver. It ain't nothing like that. If y'all play Lamar Jackson, I don't think you have the speed on defense and the front seven. But outside of Will Anderson, I don't think there's guys that could track Lamar. On defense, I think you're facing a lot better. I'm sorry. I think Cleveland has a good defense, but Baltimore's a better defense. I think they take Nico Collins out the game, honestly. And they're going to force somebody else to beat you. And I can't see Dalton Schultz beating up on Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen. That's what I'm saying.
They got better linebackers in Baltimore.
Well, I mean, most people. I mean, I think
C.J. Stroud pulls that off, he's next level.
Listen to me. I think Knowles is very knowledgeable in football. I think he would agree.
Right.
Yes, Ravens do have the best linebacking two guys, and they're probably the top two. I mean, come on, we know that. I mean,
as far as like a tandem, yeah. I mean, they're hard to argue with. Yeah.
I mean, like you said, Dave, if they win the next game, you got.
Oh no, you got. Look, if you win the next game, Chris, I'll get on that. I'm not getting on it because of a Cleveland win. And no offense, I'm not taking anything away, dude. I'm not trying to sound that way, but I'm not. I got to see another win against a real legit contender. Cleveland wasn't a contender. I mean, Kareem Hunt. I mean, come on, Joe Flacco. That's not.
I'm not saying get on it because of Cleveland. What I'm saying is I've seen this team the whole year, and this team has grown and it's caught fire. They did this against Tennessee, and I'm telling you, this is a different Texans team, man. This is a team a lot of people are kind of like, just like you guys, turning a blind eye to, where it's just hands down Mahomes and Jackson, because that's all we're used to, is seeing those guys.
Well, you said yourself that you said yourself Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
Who?
You said yourself
Mahomes is. But
Oh, it's no doubt. Yeah.
The Texans now facing Mahomes with no wide receivers, just healthy.
Richie, they just. I mean, Chris, they just, dude. It don't matter about, dude. He had no receivers last year, and he won a Super Bowl.
They played like crap for the last 4 games, dude.
Who?
Chiefs are not the Chiefs.
But let me ask you this. Like Dave, what Dave just said. They didn't have no receivers last year. How did they win the Super Bowl?
They played great last year. They did. Let me ask you this, Richie. How come they played horrible the last 4 or 5 games?
Richie, what you mean? What last 4 or 5
I picked
games?
against them. I'm agreeing with you. I picked against them. I'm agreeing with you.
This is not the same Chiefs, Dave, as last year.
They're not.
I think they're just as good as last year.
No.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna tell you this. Here's my thing. What proved they're just as good? They just beat a team that everybody was on the bandwagon with, and they just beat them convincingly.
I want you to understand. I'm not making that up. Like, the Chiefs were not like.
So, Dave, are you taking? Dave,
I don't care what you did, but here's my thing. The regular season means nothing right now. I saw what I saw last night. I saw a team that looked like they could win a Super Bowl. Their defense is dominant. They have a running game. They have 2 guys that can catch the ball from the best quarterback of all time. They got a line. They got the best coach.
So you taking the Chiefs against the Bills?
Man, I picked Buffalo all year. I did. I think Buffalo's going to surprise people because I think everybody wrote them off. But I mean, I would probably say, man, that'd be the team that's it's one of those 2 teams for me that's winning the AFC.
Darren, you give what? Oh man, Darren, what kind of chance you giving Buffalo against Kansas City?
All right. So first off, Buffalo still got to win a game, fellas.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the NFL, so you know what I'm saying. Anything can happen, and they get loud because these dumbass Cowboys are driving.
They're gonna win the game, though.
That's Adams all over the place. Y'all gotta Adams like a rat on acid. Y'all guys do that. But so listen to me. Here's the deal. I think Houston had a really good season. I think CJ Stroud is good. I don't want nobody to think that I'm not saying that CJ Stroud isn't good. I think the Texans have a good young team. But listen, a lot of players come in. Hold on. Listen, a lot of players come in the first year and do shit. Okay, that's what they do as a rookie, and then a sophomore slump comes, and then by the 3rd season, people are saying, you know what? Maybe this guy isn't what we thought he was. We don't know if that's going to happen with CJ Stroud. You can't shake your head, no, Chris. It's been happening since the NFL's been around. That's what happens. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm saying, this dude in the 3rd season doing good like this, that's when you know he's going to do something. The 1st season.
When you're already in the company of the greats like Tom Brady and even your boy Patrick Mahomes already up in records as far as rookie, that's not by mistake.
But Chris, you had RG3 as well.
RG3 had a horrible knee injury.
No, but RG3 was. I do watch some. I mean, I guess that's what Darren's saying. Darren's defense on that.
Why we not saying about this young kid in Love what he's doing to Dallas on the road right now?
I think Jordan Love.
Well, no, Jordan Love's playing his ass off right now.
He just hasn't completed the records that CJ Stroud has done this year. There's a difference. Go look at all the records CJ Stroud has done this year.
No, Chris, but CJ Stroud ain't gonna be the reason y'all can't beat these teams. I'm saying y'all can't beat them just because of some other areas. I don't think y'all are quite there in other areas. It's nothing against CJ Stroud. Because the best quarterback don't always win. In that case, Drew Brees would have won more than one Super Bowl.
No, That's a lie because we've never.
But Chris, I mean, we lost to Alex Smith in the playoffs. We lost to Jared Goff in the playoffs, and those Saints teams were pretty fucking loaded.
But in those Super Bowls, Dave, it always comes down to two of the best quarterbacks.
No, I mean, I mean, most of the time, look, Chris, I get it, but I'm saying if that's the case, Drew Brees would never lose to Alex Smith in the playoffs. Drew Brees would never lose to Jared Goff in the playoffs. Or Cousins,
Tom Brady and Peyton Manning that were
look. Listen, I think we see both sides of this. Where I see Chris, I see our side. He's on. Listen, I've been one of Houston's biggest supporters this year, and those I get it. Trust me, you're still amped up from yesterday. Trust me, I don't blame you, dude.
I got Whataburger shit from Gonzalez, man.
I have an idea. Let's make this interesting. Won't y'all all put y'all money where your mouth is? Y'all make a wager with Chris. If Chris wins, y'all all have to sport.
I'm going for Houston.
Oh, so you're going with Houston, huh? Now,
yeah.
Ravens, San Francisco in the championship.
But you did say you didn't think they would have a chance.
Listen, I will say this.
Oh no, I say the next game. I don't say Super Bowl. I say the next game.
If they beat, listen, I'm agreeing with you on this, Chris, 100%. If they do beat the Ravens at Ravens, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Well, look, we'll have a more serious discussion about this if they win the next round. Right now, we can't get too crazy about beating the worst team besides Pittsburgh in the playoffs.
Why do you sugarcoat that, Dave? Why do you say that, Dave? Why do you say that?
Because Cleveland's not good. They're fucking Kareem Hunt and Joe Flacco.
They got there.
Amari Cooper's like the 30th best receiver in the league. They have nothing. Cleveland has a good defense, and that's it.
Houston can't help who they play.
I picked Houston. I said Cleveland's got a good defense. They have a vanilla-ass offense. I mean, Flacco was on a roll, but let's be real. Those wheels were bound to fall off. They got no running game.
Really? Because everybody's been hyping up. Everybody's been hyping up Joe Flacco for the last 3 weeks.
No, dude, because Richie, it's a great story. The dude's 38 years old. He's sitting there watching like fucking Friends episodes, and then he comes out here and throws like 300 yards every week. It's a great story. Nobody took those guys seriously. They were never winning a Super Bowl. If they would have beat Houston, that'd have been their Super Bowl right there.
Cleveland was beating teams handedly.
Regular season is one thing. Now you're getting into the ring with the guys like Allen and Mahomes and Lamar, C.J. Stroud, even for that matter. I'm just saying, look, it's a different ballgame. Cleveland was never going to win a title.
So you would have said the same thing, even if it wouldn't matter if Pittsburgh would have won.
I picked Houston. Richie, it's not like I picked Cleveland and went back.
No, I know that. But you're saying because of the opponent, it was a lot more,
Oh, Cleveland. I mean, yeah, because Cleveland's they're not a legit contender. Pittsburgh's not a legit contender. If they beat Buffalo tomorrow, I'll eat my words and I'll take that L. But I'm just saying, I don't think. But Pittsburgh's got that weather thing going for them tomorrow, so it evens out the playing field a little bit. But I mean, Houston, they were at home. To me, they were the better team all around for sure. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I mean, it's going to get a lot tougher the next round. Like Darren said, I mean, when you go out, if they go out and beat one of these teams, I'll start feeling a little different. And I'm not saying nothing bad about Houston, but you beat Cleveland.
I'm with you.
I'm not spitting on that, but they're weak. They're not a contender. They were the weakest team in the playoffs.
Listen, when Houston plays the Ravens and that line comes out, that's going to really tell you what they think about it.
No, I mean, look, I'm not. This isn't just slapping. Look, this isn't like a slap in the face of the Texans. I mean, let's be real. If they're going to Baltimore, they'll be no less than 8.5-point underdogs.
No way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll bet that right now. If they're playing in Baltimore, you tell me they're going to be less than 8.5?
Yep.
What's the spread? Give me a spread.
I think it's going to be 6.
They're playing yet.
I think
if they're playing in Baltimore, it's no less than 8.5.
Points.
Where's Darren?
I'll take Houston in the points.
That's what I'm saying. But Darren, wouldn't you say that spread would be somewhere between like 8-9 points, somewhere in there?
I think the spread's going to be 7.5 to 8.5.
There you go. I mean,
start off, but I think a lot of
if it was Houston, if it was the Cleveland Browns, it'd be the same thing.
So listen, Ryan just posted in comments that's the most points given up by Dallas in playoff history.
Yeah. I mean, look, what was the final score just now? I looked away since we got on here. What was the final?
I looked away.
48-32.
48-32. Look, in the Packers, and I'm not. And look, Chris, I think that's y'all's NFC counterpart right there. I think they're a really good team. They got a great young quarterback. Green Bay is not going to win the NFC this year, but they're a good team on the way up. And that's how I feel about Houston. And it's not a slap in the face to either one. I just think there's some better teams that are left. I mean, I got
news for you, Dave.
Kansas City, the Baltimore.
I got news for you. I think Green Bay may give some people some hell.
No, they might. That's a good team, dude. Great receiving core. Aaron Jones, good defense. Love
No,
playing
would
his
you
ass
not?
off,
Would you?
they're well
No, would
coached.
you? No, would you agree with this? And I know they're young, and I know it's a young receiver core. I posted earlier. I really do think, as a whole, now I think Green Bay's got one of the best receiving cores in the NFL.
I mean, they're very young.
I'm talking about as a whole. They all
Like
talented.
1 through
Good
4,
night.
1 through 4. Yeah, I mean they're pretty
Ooh,
good.
man.
They have a young team that's on the up for sure with the quarterback problem. So
I think I'm calling it right now. 5 years right now. Green Bay, Houston, the Super Bowl. All right, here we go.
Hey, you know what's dangerous though? That you don't know who that number 1 receiver is going to be every week. I mean, it could be Dobbs going off today. It could be Christian Watson. It could be that Wicks kid. It could be what's his name, Melton, the speedy one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
there's a lot of weapons on that team, man, and that's what makes them a little. They're a little unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? But I think their luck's going to run out when they run into. They're not going to beat the 49ers. I don't see that happening.
Darren,
You know what I'm saying?
Darren and Knowles, what's your opinion on Ryan said Rasheed Morris, Dallas Cowboy coach? Him being that coach. Nope.
Raheem Morris for nothing.
They said he's a front runner, but right now.
For Dallas,
Yeah, no, just in general. He's getting a lot of interviews.
I think he's a good option for somebody, but I don't know about.
Raheem Morris?
Hey, let's not fire the man yet, okay?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he gets
I
fired, but I mean, he did just lead a team to the playoffs. They had the best offensive series. I mean, offense in a long time. Dak did Dak things. I don't know what the Dan Quinn was doing,
That's
but
the question. That's the question.
yeah.
No, does Dallas bring back Dak?
Yes,
Why would
Dak,
you?
but not Mike McCarthy. He'll be fired like tomorrow, the next day.
Yeah, I agree. Well, what's
You can't
Dak's
go through-
contract look like?
They
Knowles, do you have any idea
constantly-
offhand?
Wait,
This
what you
is
said,
rinse and
Knowles?
repeat. This is Dallas's rinse and repeat, though, dude. They
Yeah.
do this every single year. This is not new to anybody. Like, we're not shocked at that. Just like you're not shocked Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes during the playoffs.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Same
No, I mean,
every
but do you guys think what's Dak's contract look like? That'd be the big tale to me because I mean, if he could get away from Dak and go get another name, I think he would do it. I think Jones, he's going to make knee-jerk decisions, like you say. He's going to probably fire McCarthy. I mean, he could go get a Kirk Cousins, a Russell Wilson. I can see him doing some stupid shit like that rather than trying to go.
He's
young
got Trey Lance on the roster.
That's another option too, Richie. That's a good point, but I don't know how he feels about. I mean, we'd have to know what's going on internally there. But I mean, that's a good point, though. There's
Hey,
a guy
I'm
who wants to be the future of the 49ers.
I'm gonna give y'all some breaking news right quick, and I'm disappointing him because he's being a big crybaby. Caleb Williams will make his final decision tomorrow morning.
Let me tell you something. I'm not convinced in that guy right now. I'm a little nervous with that guy.
Oh, he's another Stroud and Love, dude. He is.
Hey,
Oh,
is
I
it
don't
true
know
about that comment with the Bears, though? Is that true? If he
Yes,
thinks the
that's
Bears,
true.
that's a true statement, right?
Yep.
I mean, I didn't look that deep into it. I'm watching basketball, doing other shit.
It's 100% true.
If he said that, and look, and I go back to Chris never wants to believe me on this about Poncho as well, but a lot of people don't want to play quarterback in Chicago, and it's not just because it's cold; it's windy as shit. I mean,
Yep.
I've seen Drew Brees look like a 40% passer in Chicago.
It's funny you say that out. It's funny you say that, Dave, because when we got off the show that night, my best friend Alvin, he agreed with you 100% about the win in Chicago.
I've been to too many baseball games there in the summer. I can imagine what it's like in January, dude. The wind is a damn factor. Wrigley Field's several miles off of Lake Michigan. Soldier Field is on Lake Michigan practically. It's practically floating on the lake. I'm just saying, it's not an easy place. That wind is a serious problem for quarterbacks in that city, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
it is.
And I get that's probably where Caleb's coming from. But, dude, I'm with Chris a little bit on that, too. This is starting to get a little worrisome about his attitude and his personality. Because you got to be strong mentally to win in this league. I don't care how talented you are.
Darren, what did you see the comments about Caleb Williams?
Yeah, I did, man. And listen to me. If I'm Chicago, I'm going to make sure I trade them somewhere worse than me. A team that's shittier, worse conditions like Cleveland. Like I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what you're gonna do to me. I'm not sending them to, like Houston style. I wouldn't send them to Houston even if Houston didn't, because Houston's got a good fan base. They inside. I would send them outside where his dumbass froze.
Hey, nobody's ever said about that. It was nice to see Houston send Deshaun Watson's perverted ass home.
Hey, look, that was that's one we didn't talk about. We talked about all these other like storylines, and we didn't talk about him in the rubbing tugs in Houston. So I mean,
Well, listen,
look,
boys, I'm getting
sure
off.
there's
I gotta go
there's
get
a
my
lot of
bets
happy
in.
massage parlors
All right,
this
brother.
weekend, man.
Peace out.
Look, y'all, I'm about to
Hey,
get out of here too, man.
Ravens,
All right, man, listen.
Ravens, San Francisco for the finals.
No,
That's my
listen,
pick.
look, no, I know it got heated, but look, man, we always rooting for you. You know that, man.
Where's Knowles? Is that?
No, he's right there. He's still there.
Oh, yeah, no, and Chris knows. I mean, me and Chris get into some serious fucking discussions about shit like that.
Listen,
You know, and I mean, him and Darren. I love the fact that everybody see. We don't all agree with each other in this podcast. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Richie, Dave and I've talked football for years. Darren and you, we haven't really talked a whole lot in terms of like,
Yeah.
Dave and I've talked like 10, 15 years football. Darren and you are kind of new to. I don't get heated with things, but I am passionate about what I've seen and what I saw. I do think we also are all of us, not just me or Dave.
Yeah.
But we're all used to the same thing. We watch this every year. It's
Agreed.
the same.
Yep.
Guys.
Yep.
Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, just because he's hurt. He's hurt. Jackson is either in or he's out. But Jackson.
If you listen, I agree with you. If you remember earlier in the shows, I told David and that the Chiefs are not the same Chiefs. They not.
I don't.
Hey, Richie, I don't know, man. I don't bet against those guys, though, man. I'm serious. I know it's one. I know. I've seen this story too many times in the playoffs. They've got playoff mode on. Regular season doesn't matter now. I don't care how they looked at times. They're in the playoffs. The Arrowhead is a nasty place to play in the playoffs for anybody, whether it's Houston, Buffalo, or whoever.
It's not a debate. It's not debating that part of it. What I'm debating is the Chiefs have not looked like the Chiefs like they did of last year. I think there's a lot of holes with the Chiefs this year. I think the Texans just have the right fire at the right time. I think they have everything in place and everything's gelling. It's kind of like in baseball. You know what I'm saying? You know this. It's when
I mean, y'all getting hot, definitely. I mean, y'all are playing good football. I mean,
Arizona Diamondbacks in the NFL right
I just think, I'll say this. I want us to all, man, if we could go catch these games live next weekend, I'd love to all of us catch the game somewhere, man. One of these games, at least.
Yeah,
you know
at least Sunday. I'll do it. I mean, if y'all get away, I can do it.
I mean,
all right. We'll talk to everybody. We'll talk to everybody. Put that together, Dave.
Yeah, we need to do like a pregame from wherever we go. Like if we go wherever, I mean, let's do a pregame pod and let's go somewhere and watch one of these playoff games.
All right, brother. Well, listen, we're gonna call it a night. Thank y'all for joining us. Go enjoy time with y'all family, man. Who that?
All right, guys.
Always take care.
All right, player.